It's the Empty Room Podcast, Episode 4. This week we talk about Ebola, how stinky the NBA can be, and Smokey the Bear. Welcome to the Empty Room. It's the Empty Room Podcast, Episode 4, where we'll go over the week, what we've seen, what we've heard, what we want to talk about. My name is Scott, and with me, as always, is Eric. Welcome, Eric.
Yeah, I'm here. That's right. How's it going?
Don't sound too excited.
I won't.
It's been a wild week, not as wild as last, but we'll try to do the best we can. Eric, you're the dealer. Dealer's choice. What are we starting off with first? What genre?
Genre? Well, I hear the Pope's still a good guy.
You want to go with the Pope alert?
He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Pope alert? Pope alert.
Pope alert. He's a good guy.
The Pope is a good guy. Very good guy. Now, the Pope has come out, Eric, and he's urging youths of America.
Did you say a ute?
Youths.
Youths.
And it may not just be America, it might be the world.
Well, sure.
He's urging them not to waste time on the internet and on smartphones.
But there's so much stuff on the internet.
It's a waste of time, says the Pope.
Yeah. Well, no, that's how people make their living.
No, it's a waste of time, says the Pope.
It's a way to make a living.
The Pope has said it's a waste of time, and he gives three things to do, or to avoid, I suppose. 3 things to avoid. Number 1, chatting on the internet. It's a waste of time.
Then why are we doing this podcast?
I don't know. Number 2, watching soap operas.
Who still watches soap operas?
Apparently, young people on the internet.
Nobody watches soap operas on the internet. That's ridiculous.
That's what the Pope says. The Pope says that's something that's a waste of time that young people should avoid.
I think young people avoid that at all costs.
And lastly, number 3, using products of technological advances.
What's next? Are we giving up fire?
I don't know. I think his heart's in the right place. You know, his big line on this has been, you know, the biggest gift from God you get is time on earth. You know, time is your greatest gift, so don't waste it with your head in a laptop, head in a smartphone. However, there's plenty of information to be found at your fingertips via the internet and smartphones. And like you said, a lot of people work through that and earn their living that way. Although he's talking about youths.
Youths.
And the youths of America and over the world should be playing sports or learning about stuff
like sports.
I don't know, but I understand what he's saying. Less is more. Internet. Smartphone. Did I mention he's a good guy?
He's a good guy.
Like I said, heart's in the right place. So the Pope coming out big here, and I appreciate what he's trying to say.
Too little, too late on that one. That's not going to happen. Yeah, I know it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
It's just not going to go the direction he wants.
I think people should, lift their heads up out of the laptops and tablets and smartphones. Sure, but
Well, there is addicting stuff on there. You give a kid an iPod or a laptop or something of that nature, and he or she can be buried in it for hours.
Yeah.
Has been studies that say that the iPads, iPods, phones, whatever, a child's brain isn't fully formed yet, and all those lights and signatures and whatnot could really cause some issues, and that's why they sort of get zombified when they watch them. So he's got a point. More sports, less
Or
smartphones.
stuff, outdoorsy.
Educationally.
Go run around.
Religiously.
Sure. Go run around, do stuff. It's just stare at the sky.
I think really what and forgive me, I should not be trying to interpret the Pope. Who am I? However, I think really he just doesn't want or is suggesting that you don't use these items to babysit your kids. Do stuff with your kids. Go out and do the things.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's certainly a part of it, but we live in a busy world. We're busy people. We're busy. It's what it comes down to. We have stuff to do.
Busyness.
And business to attend to.
Yes.
Doesn't mean people should, sit their kids down in front of a TV and say, "Watch this," while I go do stuff. But it happens.
Pope just doesn't want it to happen too many times. That's all. And you know what?
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. So we should go with that. It's time for the news, Eric. The news that makes you, and sometimes I, want to booze. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's get on with it.
All right, scary part first. Ebola is coming to America. In fact, it's already here.
Yes, it's already here.
It's in Atlanta.
And that's where it's going to stay.
And it might be in some other cities as well. We just don't know yet. We just don't know.
We just don't know. And everyone's shitting themselves.
They are. I mean, there's some scared people out there. Ebola's pretty nasty.
It is.
And one of the things that makes it nasty, I've been speaking around with fellow athletics department type people, and one of the things that makes it nasty is that when you're in these underdeveloped and impoverished countries, lack of hygiene, lack of water. You put those two things together and Ebola will get you every single time. However, in the United States, Eric, we tend to not have those issues. Water is quite plentiful. There's hygiene, it's not an issue here so much. We should kind of be okay, yeah?
We'll be fine. There's not really an issue here.
But it's Ebola, Eric.
It's Ebola. It's true.
Organs liquefy.
Yes, that's true.
Starts out like a fever. Ends up with a squishy body.
Yes. Yes, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a nasty one, but it's not. You can't catch it through the air.
No, not yet.
Way to be optimistic, asshole. You can't catch it through the air. You can't catch it in many of the usual ways. The only way you can catch it is by coming into contact with the bodily fluids. My favorite phrase, by the way.
That's how zombies have it too, right? Bodily fluids.
Zombies don't exist.
Oh. That's not true. I've heard the bath salt incidents.
Those are crazy people.
Oh, okay.
But if you come into contact with the bodily fluids of a of an infected person or an infected person who is also dead.
Dead's not good, Eric.
Probably because of the Ebola.
Dead's
probably why he's dead.
That's just not good.
That's the only way you can catch it.
Shouldn't be hanging out with dead people anywhere.
Well, these things happen. Yeah. No, I mean that's the only way you can catch it. It's not gonna be a huge issue. I don't think.
I think, we could be wrong, right? However,
you are wrong.
However, it does seem to be a situation where the United States, the way it's designed with all the modern technologies of the day, the technological advances, if you will, all those things lead into a situation that should be able to contain any sort of misstep that could occur here. However, you have to believe that the doubters and the people who aren't happy and sort of nervous about this are saying, why even risk it? Why even bring that doctor back? Because I guess the story is a doctor went over to the Congo, and it might, somewhere in Africa.
They went over there.
To help these people who are suffering with him, and God bless him for that. That's awesome. And unfortunately, he contracts it, and they bring him back to Atlanta to try to deal with it. And apparently, he's doing pretty well. So there's talk of a magical elixir that
everything's fine,
that saves people from Ebola. But
smiles, everybody.
Put that aside. The detractors are going, look, you knew the risks. You went over there. You unfortunately caught it. Why even risk bringing it back and infecting the United States of America?
Is the entire United States going to, poke his mushy body? I think it'll be fine. I mean,
the way it would work it would be if he, somehow spilled onto other people and then they left.
Quick, come and see the guy with Ebola. Oh, he did something.
He just spilled on me. He sneezed and everyone and his organs exploded. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I mean that might be the real way it happens, but I don't know.
We're fine. Everything's fine.
Well, let's go to something that's a little bit non-smiley, still kind of grim. It's 70 years later. 70 years ago, Anne Frank was taken by the Nazis to start her unfortunate demise to the concentration camps. Very sad, very awful.
Yep.
And if you're me, Eric, which you're not, but I'm still amazed at how little time has passed. 70 years doesn't seem like a lot to me. When you talk about World War II, you talk about the National Socialist Party and Adolf Hitler and all those guys. I've always viewed it as, wow, that was such a long time ago. But 70 years isn't that long ago.
No, the reason it seems like a long time ago is because the United States is still such a young country that 70 years ago is a long time for a country that's only 200 some odd years old.
Right. But don't you just sort of feel like, wow, that Nazis, World War II, pure evil, Holocaust. That seems like it's...
Yes, whenever I think about the Nazis, I always go, whoa.
No, but you seem to think, you sort of feel like, wow, that was such a long time ago. We're so far away from that. But 70 years, that's not a lifetime yet. I mean, most people live to 85, 90, in theory.
Really?
That's my guess. 85 is probably accurate. 85 is probably the norm.
No, it's more like 75, maybe 70.
So 5 years prior to a normal lifespan, theoretically speaking, Nazis were still around doing Holocaust bad things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Isn't that crazy?
We beat them. We beat them into the ground.
We beat them back.
We beat them into the ground.
The point is that 70 years ago today, that event happened, and millions of people have read her forgotten diary that was dropped on the floor when she was nabbed, and we learned, a lot about what happened during those times. So, sobering stuff there. Eric,
sobering stuff. So we drink.
Yeah. Eric, you're not the most political person I know.
Couldn't give a shit less, but let's move on.
You're not the most political guy. Have you ever heard in your lifetime the Brady Bill?
Sure, I've heard of it, yeah.
All right, that's a gun control bill. That really started the process, or starting is probably not the right word, but it definitely was a big gun control push. And that happened after James Brady, who was Ronald Reagan's press secretary at the time, was accidentally shot. The gunman was going after Ronald. he got Brady instead and actually crippled him. He ended up being in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And he became an unbelievable gun control activist.
He gets shot by one little gun. He's like, oh, we got to take him off the streets.
Well, you know how I feel, Eric. It's not the gun, it's the person who wields it. Guns are tools, and they're a necessary tool, especially in this country. This country is built off firearms. So, I believe that it's too bad that he felt that way. Well, this week he passed away.
That's a shame.
It is a shame. It's too bad. And I'm sure he was quite an interesting man, and probably, he felt like he was doing the right thing. But the gun control stuff that we face today is based on the bill that was set forward in his name.
I mean, his heart was in the right place, sure, but yeah, I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Well, it's just one of those things, as a gun owner and enthusiast, you look at these things and go, "Geez, really?" But it all started with that event, and that's sort of what they've been piggybacking on. And this week, this man passes away, and it's worth discussing, or at least noting, this unfortunate madman type situation that started us down this path.
Indeed.
Eric, do you like oranges?
No, not really. I like orange juice.
All right, they come from oranges.
I know that, but I thought you were asking if I eat oranges, and I don't actually eat oranges.
All right, so you like orange juice. You like products of citrusy nature, yes?
Yeah, sure.
All right, and maybe some bananas.
I do like occasional banana.
Some of those things are made in California.
Yeah.
California right now is in an unbelievable drought. 82% of that state is in drought.
When aren't they in drought?
Well, this is worse than normal. This is Kansas Dust Bowl type drought that's starting to happen down there. In fact, they were just saying, I was just reading an article about how an orange farmer, where your orange juice comes from, Eric.
I thought my orange juice came from Tropicana, Florida.
No.
I'm pretty sure
it comes from California.
It says Tropicana on the bottle.
Well, that's where they actually package and send it to. But
Tropicana.
But an orange farmer just bulldozed his orange field crop thingy because the conditions were so bad. He wanted to try his best to try to save what he could. And
I call him a quitter.
Start over. Times are tough over there, man. And in fact, with the new marijuana laws, there are some illegal pot growers that are stealing water in California. Which do you want, orange juice or pot, Eric? Make the call, man. Make the call.
I can get my vitamin C in pill form, can't I?
I suppose you could.
I don't see the downside.
Well, orange juice is better for your lungs, Eric, than smoking marijuana, sir.
Yes, I know. I would rather have orange juice than some Mary Jane, but
orange juice tastes better in the morning.
I look. I don't know. It sucks. Maybe they should move to somewhere with rain.
Well, the interesting part is that most in the middle of the country is getting a lot of rain. So the Californian farmers are looking around going, geez, the whole country's getting dosed with water. And we don't have any. We're struggling out here. And
truck it in.
Yeah, they should, right? Prices are going to go up for your orange juice and other products that are made in California. Your wine. I'm sure the wine crops are going to be affected.
Yeah, the wine, the vineyards probably going to take a little bit of a hit. Maybe they can move to Oregon or Washington. Those places are still, basically 95% water.
True, but at the same time, you're talking about land. I mean, you have to find land that's farmable, and I honestly don't know if Washington or other places. I'm sure there's some farming that takes place there, but I don't know if there's enough acreage to do the same damage.
Well, California's going to fall into the ocean anyway at some point. So.
One earthquake away, right?
Yep. Here's hoping.
One earthquake away, and
all new beachfront property
on Vegas, right off Vegas in Nevada.
It's a buyer's market.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the news that we have. What do you think?
Kind of sucky, as always, but, what else can you expect?
I think a rain dance is in need, Eric. Why don't you get up and start your rain dance for California?
No.
Get up there, get
No,
dancing.
that's not going to happen.
Lose the coat, drop
No.
the pants.
Drop the pants.
Get going.
I don't think I need to drop my pants.
Drop the pants, get going. This is important.
I don't think they can even see me.
Go get to and just do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
Drop the pants.
I'm not doing it.
Do it for California. Do it
I
for
don't
orange
give a
juice.
shit about California.
Do it for orange juice. You like orange juice.
Mine comes from Florida. Tropicana, right on the bottle.
Come on, buddy.
I'm telling you, I don't even. Florida. That's Florida.
Well, anyway, we wish California rain. It's time for sports.
Okay.
You love the sports.
Sure.
And as we've mentioned before, we're New England fans, and we root for our Patriots, our Red Sox, our Bruins,
I'm not sure how many times we're going to have to say that in order for you people to get it.
our Revolution.
No, not
I
really.
like the Revolution. Soccer's fun.
Oh, just stop.
Didn't you get World Cup fever?
Not at all.
Come on.
I'd rather cut my toes off.
What? You can't play soccer without toes.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I support the Revolution, and soccer is a blast. It's the world sport, man.
Sure.
Okay. Well, let's start very simply and obviously. The New England Patriots are working with Darrelle Revis's
Revis Island, baby.
representation.
Revis Island, off the coast of New England.
Working with his representation to see if they can extend Darrelle Revis. Now, it was commonly thought, Eric, that Darrelle would be here for a year and then move on to greener pastures because New England does not give very large contracts. But now we hear this. What is your take?
Of course you're going to try and extend Revis. He's the best cornerback in the game.
He's had injury problems.
He's the best cornerback in the game.
Okay, and
That's all I got. I don't really
well, do
pay
you think
attention
he'll
to football.
sign? I mean, he's the type of guy who goes.
No,
for the money.
probably
He's a
not.
hired
He
hand.
probably won't sign. He knows that New England is not one to get top dollar for your services.
Right, but at the same time, you think he's on a team now that has a very good chance to win the Super Bowl. Most people feel that the Patriots have an opportunity to.
They always do.
Yeah, with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick combo always seems to drive success, and the defense is revamped, and Gronkowski's ready to go. So
Gronk.
maybe money means more, or actually, what I'm trying to say, money means less to Revis
So
now
the
than
exact opposite of what you
right.
said.
Yeah, well, maybe what I was thinking about was that it meant more to him in the past, but now that he's a little bit further on in his career, he's made a ton of money. Now maybe winning a championship is more what he's focusing on.
Maybe. But what happens if he wins a championship this year?
He retires.
That's not going to happen. He's at the top of his game.
He retires.
Stop taking my bit.
Speaking of bits, it is now time for the legendary,
God damn it.
the famous, the
Why did I say that?
revolutionary, who is better than LeBron James bit that we do here every week. I know
The answer is nobody.
I know
The
you've
answer is
missed
nobody.
it. And today, the player that is better than LeBron James in national basketball history is
See, that's the problem. You're going with history.
is one Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the 7-foot center who has scored more points than anyone else in the NBA. He had a sky hook that was undefendable. He could score at will. He blocked shots. He won NCAA titles, I believe 3 of them. He ended up winning, I believe, somewhere around 4, maybe 4, Eric, 4.
You're boring the crap out of me.
It doesn't matter. He is better than LeBron will ever be. He's another guy that is just a better player, more skilled, more knowledgeable.
You see, you started this bet after I said LeBron was the best in the game. I never said he was the best ever. I said he was the best right now.
My
but you
goal-
keep going with this ridiculous exercise.
My goal with this bit is to cure you of the LeBron Kool-Aid that you've been sucking down.
I can't
for the
stand LeBron James.
last month.
I cannot
I
stand
can't
him.
let you go this way, so I have to prove to you
How
all
many
the
times
people,
do I have to say
all
that I
the
can't
people
stand LeBron
that-
James, but I can't say anything else other than he's the best in the game right now?
Well, we know that's not true.
It's
And
absolutely
we also
true.
know that it's not true that he's the best ever. We've talked
Of course
about
he's
Michael.
not. Of course that's true.
We've talked about some others, and I'm bringing today Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Can I just go to sleep? I'm just going to go take a nap on the couch. You want to do this? You want to keep doing this bit? I'll go take a nap.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Better than LeBron.
Let's move on.
We shall. Staying with basketball, the Timberwolves are going to trade Kevin Love to the Cavaliers.
I haven't seen a trade.
It's
I
gonna
haven't
happen.
seen a trade.
It's
It
happened.
hasn't happened yet.
They've agreed.
No, they can't agree. They
They've-
can't agree. They cannot agree. It is illegal for them to agree.
They have agreed in principle
They can't do that.
To send-
they cannot do that.
to send Kevin Love
They can't
over
do that
to the
They can't do it.
Cavaliers
Sorry.
for Andrew
Are you not
Wiggins.
listening to me?
Listen,
Are you not
let me finish.
No,
you,
I don't-
You got to stop. You got to let me finish here. They've agreed in principle to send Love to the Cavaliers for Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, and a first-round draft pick in 2015. Is that enough for Kevin Love? Should it be enough for Kevin
Who gives a crap? It's not, it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. They're not allowed to agree because Andrew Wiggins has a 30-day no trade clause in the all
first-round picks?
all first-round
top
picks,
first
too.
picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 1 pick.
So he can't be traded for 30 days, which runs out at the end of August. So then, at that point, they can trade him if they want to. But you're talking. What day is today? You're talking. It's August 7th. August 7th. We have a long time to go. Something could happen. Something could happen.
I don't think the C's are even in the conversation anymore.
I didn't say they were. Didn't say they were.
I don't think anyone else is in the conversation. I think LeBron James is running the NBA, and he is going to get exactly what he wants because Adam Silver, the new commissioner, will do whatever LeBron says. In fact, Adam Silver might be chained up in LeBron's dungeon somewhere and only gets tried out when they need to make a public appearance.
Can we just all agree right now that the NBA sucks and that no one should watch it ever again?
Yeah, the NBA has become disappointing. The basketball's not very strong anymore. You got a lot of people that don't know how to play at a high level. I mean, the athleticism's still there, almost better than ever. However, the actual knowledge of the game is going down quite a bit.
Bad.
And the Boston Celtics have become irrelevant, which is not helping anything for us.
Who cares?
I mean, the top teams in New England are Patriots 1, Bruins 2. And then the Red Sox and the Celtics are both in gigantic rebuilding modes.
It's true.
And it is what it is. But the NBA isn't fun to watch, and the referees are on the take, and it just seems
Stupid.
Seems like a bad league.
Not
now.
worth the time.
But I used to like watching it in the 80s and 90s. I miss Michael. I miss Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Can we get him back in uniform, please?
No.
Can we?
He's off in Vegas.
He might still be
squandering his millions.
He might still be in good enough shape to play for the Wizards. I mean, the Wizards could use the help.
He can't play for the Wizards. He owns
the Bobcats,
the Charlotte, whatever they are now.
Yeah, have they changed their name?
I don't remember. Didn't they get the Hornets back?
They might have. You know what? You might be right.
Because New Orleans got the Pelicans. What the hell is that?
I heard they hybrided it out.
They what?
Yeah,
they hybrided it.
It's the Charlotte Bob Hornets.
Bob Hornets. Charlotte Bobnets. Charlotte Bobnets coming at you.
The Horcats is my favorite.
The Horcats. That's awesome. Just a dolled up.
That team might be worth watching now, because who the hell knows what the uniforms are going to look like? Who knows what they're going to do at halftime? I mean, crazy shit's going to go down there.
I don't want to think about this. This is making me...
Can we stay with the NBA, Eric?
Why?
Because history has been made, sir. History.
God.
By my second favorite team, and yours as well, the San Antonio Spurs, the champion San Antonio Spurs, who, by the way, we talk about the demise of the league, and we feel very strongly that it's going that direction, but the Spurs saved the league because they proved that good basketball can still triumph over evil, and they beat the Heat.
Evil.
Yeah, evil. They triumphed over evil, and they beat the Heat. Basketball was saved, and hopefully they can build off that.
Basketball's demise was temporarily staved off.
See, no. Tim Duncan is the basketball savior, and he has gotten a team.
And Tim Duncan is 1,000 years old.
That's why he's biblical. He's never going away. He's gonna live.
I cannot believe you brought biblical into this conversation.
He's gonna live to be 400. He's gonna play till he's 300. So he has 100 years left, and he's saving the game single handedly. Him and Popovich, they actually play the game.
So not single handedly then.
You're right. I forgot about Popovich. Double handedly.
That sounds dirty. Don't say that again.
Stop it. Those two, along with some European connections, have saved basketball, realizing that good decisions, good passing, strong defense, good teamwork can lead to a championship and save the league. Now, they've done something even cooler. They've made history, Eric. History.
I'm going to look this up.
All right. While you look it up, I'm going to tell you what the historical thing they've done.
I'm pretty sure that it's not the history you think it is.
I think it's history. They have hired onto their staff the first female assistant coach in the NBA. Her name is Becky Hammond. She played for many, many years in the WNBA, and she holds records. She's one of the top three-point shooters ever to play. And she has been helping out a little bit here and a little bit there because she did play for the San Antonio WNBA team. And she's been helping out Pop. Couple moments here, a couple moments there, a couple weeks here, a couple weeks there. And now Pop has hired her, and she's the first assistant coach, female, full-time.
Pretty sure you're wrong about that. I remember hearing something about Cleveland.
Oh, here comes the LeBron James Kool-Aid.
No, this was after...
LeBron actually hired the first...
No, this was the 2001, 2002 season. So it was after he left.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm pretty sure, unless other sources nationally are incorrect, but Becky knows the game, and she's going to fit in nicely, and they're not going to miss a beat, and they're probably going to look to repeat in 2015.
Don't count on it.
Who do you think is going to challenge? Not your Cleveland Cavaliers, Erica.
No, I think the Bulls got a good shot.
Depending on if Derrick Rose is playing at the highest level. We know he's injury prone. I don't think they have another guy that can help them, though.
I can't find anything on it. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I could have sworn I heard something about a very short-lived thing because it was just...
Well, maybe it wasn't full-time. Maybe it was part-time.
I don't know. I don't know. I assume remember the head coach who only lasted that one season anyway hired a female assistant coach.
Oh. Maybe
I could be wrong.
Maybe we'll update it later if we find out to be true. But as of now, what we do know for sure is Becky Hammond has been hired as the San Antonio Spurs assistant coach to Greg Popovich, and My sources tell me, Eric, that it's the first time in history.
Can I just tell you right now that I don't care?
Yes, you can tell me that.
Look, I'm not trying to make light of the accomplishment. Oh, great. You got the job. Fantastic. I just don't care. It makes no difference to me.
Right, and I sort of felt the same way when they were making a big deal when the first female officials were allowed on. It was like, yes, so what? I mean,
Great, so what?
They can do it.
They're just as bad as the male.
Of course they can do it, so it doesn't matter. But
just as on the take.
I do like the Spurs, and I do like this decision. Very cool.
Sure, very cool.
Moving on.
Let me guess. You have some more NBA stuff to talk about. You jackass.
It is. Well, I mean, you don't want to talk about the Red Sox. There's not much going on there.
They do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we've already gone over the trades and how much it's and I don't know. Cespedes is kind of cool. He swings very hard.
Cespedes.
Cespedes.
It's Cespedes. You jackass. Cespedes.
What? The Horcats?
The Horcats? The Bobnets?
And, they're just in full rebuilding mode. And right now we're waiting to see where everyone's going to fit in next year. The only person that I truly love on that team right now is Brock Holt. He's fun to watch. He's cool.
Yeah, he's fun. All right, back to the crappy NBA.
Well,
I heard some jackass broke his leg.
Well, that's a little harsh. Paul George was a pretty good player, played for the Indiana Pacers, and right now they've gotten a team together for the United States to play in the FIVB championships. They were practicing and working out in Las Vegas, Nevada. Paul George went up to try to block a shot, landed, and split his leg in half.
Well, he shouldn't have done that.
It was gross. It was awful. And that's the type of injury where you might not recover. Your career might be over. Now, the talk has been that the stanchion for the hoop was too far in. When you look at a court in the National Basketball Association, the stanchion is very far away, and the hoop leans over the court. This one was very tight and close to the sideline, so when he went to block that shot, he landed on the stanchion. That's what snapped his leg, and it looked like he was standing on part of his knee.
Sounds like it hurt.
He probably didn't feel a thing until after the fact. He probably didn't feel a thing until he was in the hospital, because usually your body goes into shock and you just can't deal with it, and then you get into the hospital and they start putting you back together. That's when the real pain starts.
I wouldn't know.
We wish him a recovery, because
Sure. We never want anyone to be hobbling around on stumps. That wouldn't be good.
Oh boy. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I still don't care. NBA sucks.
Okay. That wasn't even NBA, so it was a U.S. story.
I don't care.
No? Oh, okay.
It's not like it was in the old days with the Dream Team. That was awesome. Come on, it was awesome.
There was only one Dream Team, and
I know there was only one, and I saw it, and it was awesome.
They tried to put 5 of them together, but there was only one original one. The rest of them never really made it in comparison.
Every single one of them won a gold medal.
No, that's not true, Eric. That's actually quite false.
Are you talking about the silver medal that they still refused to pick up?
No, that was before the Dream Team. The silver medal guys, I mean, that was one of the reasons why the Dream Team was put together. The silver medal in 1978? 5? I
would say 8.
78, I don't know. But those
Even
guys...
numbers.
But those guys got robbed by the Soviet Union and the officials.
Yes, we all know. Move on.
Very rude.
I am very rude.
Stop being rude.
No.
Yes.
No, we won Dream Team, obviously. We won that one. We won we won the year the next time.
But after that, we started losing. We started having trouble. And I remember that, quote, Dream Team lost in the semifinals to the Argentinians.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because it was a big thing. We lost the one year. The next year it was like, we're losing again. And they
stacked it up again. So
it went on to just destroy everybody.
But, it's too bad. This is a young man's career that's in jeopardy due to a very severe injury. It's tough. Lastly, on the sports bill, the Bills, the Buffalo Bills. This is football. This is your area. They're up for sale, and guess who wants to buy them?
Some loudmouth jackass?
Yes. His name is Donald Trump, and we all know him. He owns a lot of Trump towers and hotels, and
we know who he is.
Got some pretty cool shows. Now, here's my question. Do you think he's going to fire people annually on TV shows? Like, The Apprentice? And then
I'd rather John Bon Jovi by the team.
John Bon Jovi's out. He's not in the mix.
Oh, he's not in the mix anymore?
Nope. So you're looking at
God damn it.
Donald Trump. And it'd be great
You know what? It's the Bills. I don't care. They're in New York. New England. This is where I live. I don't care about anybody
It'd
else.
be interesting if he had the Apprentice on, and if he didn't like the running back that week, and look, you're fired. No.
At this point, I'm shaking my head because I refuse to say. I refuse to acknowledge that stupidity. So to all you listening out there,
quarterback maybe,
to all of you listening out there,
or the linebacker,
I'm shaking my head because I will not respond.
You're fired.
To this
you
crap.
didn't get it done. You didn't
I
do what I was supposed
apologize
to do.
that my partner in this venture
You did not.
is being so stupid.
You fumbled the ball twice, and that's just not good enough. You're not working hard
it's-
enough, and you're fired. You're gonna have to go
We're certainly going to try better next week.
something.
This is still kind of a work in progress. I might fire him, honestly, but we'll continue to get better. And that's a promise.
So, in entertainment news, do you remember Resident Evil?
I do. The last 2 or 3 of those games really sucked.
Right. And maybe that triggered what's happening now. Capcom, the owner of the Resident Evil franchise, has decided to remaster the original Resident Evil for all new PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, all the newer gaming systems. So you'll have a chance to play in high definition and in great detail the original Resident Evil, which I played and enjoyed quite a bit.
Oh, fantastic!
Did you get to play that?
I think I played 2 more than
One was hard. One was really hard.
Yes, because you got stuck on corners because the camera angles were fucking atrocious.
No, not so much that, but it was. I just remember when the lickers came, you were in world trouble. They were really fast and a pain in the ass to get by.
Yes,
shoot.
because you couldn't run. Your run was as fast as a old woman in a walker going across the street.
Yeah, that may be true, but really the issue was that you couldn't find enough ammunition to shoot the damn things.
Yeah, I mean,
If you can't run, you better have ammo. I
you
mean,
better have ammo.
It's a common,
And of course, you have
common
the whole-
knowledge right there.
You have the melee weapon. You can equip the knife. You can strike at him.
That knife should have done way more damage than it did.
Oh, you can strike at him once every 5 seconds. Ha!
Meanwhile, he's eating your
2,
gizzard.
3, 4, 5. Ha! And it doesn't do any damage at all.
Meanwhile, he's eating your throat.
Yes. And lower intestine.
So yeah, you need to have the ammunition. That was key. And if I recall, there were cheat codes to get more ammo, but I never figured it out. And the game was hard, real hard.
It was hard.
So I mean, I would be interested. I mean, if I don't know what the price is going to be for a remastered one,
Well, probably the usual $50 or so.
50. Yeah, I mean, I won't pay that. But if it gets knocked down to like a nice $7 to $10 range, I will definitely entertain it.
So in about 10 years.
Yeah, in about 10 years, I will entertain it and relive my childhood 10 years from now.
Weird. Weird.
Do you think this is going to be a common practice?
They've been doing it for a while now. I mean,
Really?
Not
They've
so
been
much.
remastering?
Not so much going all the way back to the first. I think Resident Evil was what, mid to late 90s.
Yeah, it was probably 97.
Yeah, but a lot of popular games are being remastered for the new generation consoles. This isn't an old game by any stretch, but it's been heavily rumored, and probably will eventually happen, that the Mass Effect games are going to be remastered for the new consoles. Yeah. I mean, they've been doing it for a while now. I mean,
well, Resident Evil is one of those long-running titles. You know, I think the only title that I can remember that's run longer and had more episodes video game wise is the Castlevanias. They also have had a very long run of consecutive titles, and they've encompassed many game consoles. But do you think in the end they're gonna is this gonna get popularized where you're gonna take things from back in the early '90s and remaster them?
Probably.
You think so?
I mean, just for the biggies, they're not going to do it for the crap ones that didn't go anywhere. Why would they?
No, you need to be established, no question.
But yeah, it'll be something that they do.
I would love the first Castlevania remastered. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because most of the Castlevanias after the first one kind of blew.
I like the music. Oh, actually, yeah, the second one was where the music really got cool.
Yeah, the second one, the music was great.
But Resident Evil remastered for Xbox, PlayStation, talk to me in 5 when it's worth 10.
Probably 10 when it's worth 10.
I don't know. Eric, you love Dirty Hippies.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't particularly have a problem with them unless they get too close.
Right, and they smell bad and all that stuff. But, we used to run in that crowd a little bit. We went to some Fish concerts. They would always get offended when you call them Dirty Hippies.
Well, I mean, they just don't want to hear the truth.
Right. Well, we have some proof that Dirty Hippies they are.
I didn't think we needed more proof, but go ahead.
We got real proof. Proof now. I mean, it's been measured.
Oh, it's been measured. Measured.
They
did this in a lab.
It was measured. Lollapalooza, Chicago, 2014. This just happened.
They still have that?
I guess they do. I don't know if they measure all the stuff we're talking about in Katie Couric's or not, but 250 tons of garbage was left at the Lollapalooza site.
On the ground?
On the ground.
That's impressive.
Ew.
Disgusting, but impressive.
It's almost like you're trying.
Yeah. At that point, when it reaches the 250 tons, that's tons with a T. You're trying for something here.
A spokesperson for Lollapalooza said, yes, it's a lot of garbage. However, it's not as bad as in 2011 when it rained and it was all in the mud. Ew.
Really, dude? It's not as bad as 3 years ago when it was raining. Still a shit ton of garbage.
Why can't you just throw it away? Why just leave it on the ground? I don't get
Do you have trash cans? Did people empty them like they were supposed to?
Do you have a sense of manners? Like, just, you beat us over the head with this environmentalist stuff, and then you leave garbage everywhere at a concert. It's hypocritical.
Sure, yeah, that's true.
Don't leave garbage on the ground, Eric.
No.
Where's Smokey? Where was Smokey during this? Where was Hootie, the owl?
Well,
give a hoot, don't pollute.
Well, yeah, Smokey was in the forest trying to stop wildfires.
No, but he was involved in the non-pollution thing, too.
No, he was wildfires. You have to remember, wildfires.
That's not true. He did more than just wildfires. Wildfires is what he was known for.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Can I tell you the best commercial I've ever seen?
I wish you wouldn't.
No, I'm gonna.
Damn it.
The best commercial I've ever seen. It made me laugh so hard. Tears were streaming down my face. It's a cartoon, right? And we got Smokey the Bear. It's his birthday. And all the animals in the forest. Are you seriously yawning at my story? You son of a bitch. That's not cool at all, man. He just yawned at my story. Like a giant, I'm surprised he Unbelievable. Do I bore you, sir? Is that what this is about? Holy crap. Listen to my damn story, you son of a bitch. Unbelievable. I'm going to continue my story. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. You can yawn all you want. My story's going to get finished. Smokey the Bear, damn it. It's his birthday, and all the animals in the forest, they're throwing him a birthday party, a surprise birthday party. So they They blindfold him, and they lead him to his birthday cake. Unfortunately, the birthday cake has a bunch of candles lit, and the smoke wafts up to Smokey's nose, and he smells it, and he grabs his shovel and beats the living shit out of the cake to put out the fire. And all the animals are horrified, and then kind of smile at the end. And and Smokey feels bad, and he kind of grimaces and goes, "Oh, sorry, gee," and only you can prevent forest fires. But I was laughing.
Wildfires.
I was laughing so hard, and I do believe Smokey was a little bit involved in pollution. But we're talking mainly about Hootie. That's where you want to go, right? Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah, sure. Some dumbass owl. Yeah, great.
He cared about the environment, Eric.
Well,
are you going to yawn at him too?
Yes, I will. Because I'm tired. You tell a bad story.
It wasn't a bad story. You know what? Every one of you should go to YouTube and find that freaking commercial. It was awesome. It'll make you laugh. He's yawning again. You have no respect for Smokey the Bear. None.
It's not true. I like Smokey the Bear.
You're the type of guy that would flick a cigarette into a field and hope that it catches fire.
I would never do such a thing.
Hope it catches fire. You would be the type of guy.
I would never do that.
You would be the type of guy that would yawn and not put out your fire when you left your campsite and hope.
I wouldn't go camping.
Fair point. But still, show some respect for Smokey. So 250 tons of garbage.
Oh, we're still on this? Okay.
Yeah, 250 tons.
We've already established that's a lot. A lot.
And it's disgusting.
Yeah, garbage usually is.
How many excess drug paraphernalia thinks in that? 15%? 20?
25.
25.
25%. Good quarter of it.
You. Okay. All right, we have 3 celebrities to talk about.
Son of a bitch.
You get to choose which one, and try not to yawn when you do it, eh?
I'll do my best.
We got Goldblum, Frampton, and Yankovic.
Let's get Frampton out of the way.
Peter Frampton was at a concert, playing his guitar, his little heart out. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Don't do that.
Okay, I won't. But playing his guitar, doing his thing, and one of the things in that concert was that you couldn't take photos or video. Now, there was a couple in the front row who decided not to follow this practice, and they had their smartphone with video camera and picture snapping away and taking videos of Peter doing his thing, and Peter was not happy.
Understandable.
It's in the rules.
In the rule book.
You can't take a picture or roll video of Peter when he's playing the guitar. It ruins the wah-wah.
It ruins the wah-wah?
That's right. Ruins the wah-wah.
I didn't know he was so concerned about his wah-wah.
Aren't we all concerned about our wah-wah?
Yeah, all right. I'm pretty concerned about my wah-wah.
So, reports say that Peter was very visibly unhappy about this.
He was upset.
And he
was going to throw a temper tantrum like a little child.
During one of his songs, he even said, "Look, guys, you got to turn it off. You can't do it." And they gave him the finger.
They gave him the finger?
They gave Peter Frampton the finger.
What jackasses?
So
I would have had him thrown out.
So I don't know if he went for security or not. I didn't see it when I read the article, but he did say at the next song, said, "Hey, let me see the videos and photos that you took." And he gestured for the phone, and the defiant young man gave him the phone.
Well, that was a dumb move.
And Peter threw it into the upper deck.
That's what I'm talking about. Way to go, Peter.
He chucked it. I mean, apparently, besides being a great, or at least really good guitarist, he's got a great arm on it.
Yeah. Guy could have been really good center fielder.
I don't know about that.
Well, just go with it, will you?
I was going to say something different, like the Red Sox need pitching. Are you going to yawn again?
Getting there. Why would the dumbass give him his phone?
Why would the dumbass take pictures and...
Well, because he's a dumbass.
So then there's your answer,
right? No, come on. There's a difference between, being a rebel against the rules, giving Frampton the finger. Really? Come on, guys.
You paid to see him. Why would you?
And then after doing that, when he asked for your phone, you fucking give it to him? You deserved what you got.
You know, when I pay good money to see people in concert, I often give them the finger, Eric, because that's
You know what? I love Peter Frampton.
it's the American
I'm going
way.
to go to this concert tonight and sit front row center, and I'm going to give him the finger because I love him that much.
You know, it's my right as an American to give that man the finger, and you know he got what he got. Yeah, wow.
Especially for Peter Frampton Comes Alive.
Yeah, he's number one there, right?
Well, I mean, that's the only album I know.
Yeah, fair point. If you were going to get married, Eric, which may or may not happen, would you call Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah. I'd call him, sure. If I had his number.
Or send him
Jeff,
an email, send him a text, you know.
I'm going to get married this weekend. You want to come visit?
Well, a couple somehow pulled that off. They got in touch with Jeff Goldblum, said, look, we're going to get married. We'd like for you to come, mainly because we're going to create what we think is the greatest wedding photo of all time. Now, what do you think that includes, Eric?
Well, I know what it includes because I saw the photo.
All right, well, let us have it.
It is a scene of the entire wedding party running for their lives with Jeff Goldblum right in the middle and a photoshopped in Tyrannosaurus Rex coming after them. Fucking amazing.
Could be the greatest wedding photo I've ever seen. And Goldblum isn't, I mean, he looks panicked, but not super panicked.
No, he looks like Jeff Goldblum running.
He looks like the Doctor. He looks like, what's his face? The Chaos Theory guy. You know, he
looks like Jeff Goldblum.
Right.
I mean, he's doing the running, but he has like a kind of like a smile on his face, kind of like a little like a this is nice. So because he's a weird dude.
Well, you know, if I remember those Jurassic Park movies, it was one movie he was in, right? He didn't make the next.
He was in
three.
two. He was in first and second.
Okay, if I remember those correctly,
which I enjoyed. I actually enjoyed all the Jurassic Park movies.
Oh my gosh, dinosaurs are about to eat me face was the same face that he got when he was sitting down to eat. Like, he never was terrified. He was just kind of like, all right, drive faster. It was never, oh my God.
No, he was never hysterical.
Right. So that's what I was trying to relate. That's what he looks like in the picture. He looks exactly like he did in those movies, just kind of like, oh, okay, it's time to go. But he didn't look like he was panicked. Like the rest of them looked like they were terrified, because that was the whole point. Brilliant concept. The fact that Jeff did it is outstanding. Kudos to Jeff.
Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that and he doesn't know them.
I'm not sure if there was a relationship. It sounded
just like a random thing.
Yeah, a random thing. And
that's even better.
There's been a lot of cool ones of those lately. I don't know if you've heard about the Bill Murray saga.
Oh, Bill Murray does it all the time.
He
likes to crash weddings. He likes to crash frat parties.
That's right. He'll show up and just take pictures with people.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
So I believe this is another one of those. I might be mistaken. Maybe there was a connection. But regardless, great photo.
Oh, great photo. I love it.
Great photo. And that's the type of wedding history that will last a lifetime. Maybe beyond.
No, just a lifetime.
Well, someone else might remember it and live longer.
Which will then last their lifetime. So it's a lifetime.
So it's a double lifetime.
No, it's a lifetime.
It could be a triple one if they give the picture to
I'm not
somebody else.
doing this with you. Stop it.
All right. Lastly, and most importantly, and this is an important story, because I think,
yes, this is a very important story.
Because I think we've suffered enough, Eric. I think we have.
I mean, it's been year after boob-filled year.
I think the NFL hates us all.
No, yeah, that's true.
And besides having probably the greatest entertainment product in the country,
sure, they
continue to be mean-spirited to us all when it comes to the halftime at the Super Bowl.
Oh, it's just so awful. When of course you wheel out the Rolling Stones,
they weren't rolling.
No,
they were kind of standing still.
Then you dig up the Who. I
didn't know the Who were all alive. I was surprised.
No, just three of them are.
Yeah, I thought they all went down with Moon.
No, no, but you might as well have. Probably would have been better.
Not to mention the Janet Jackson problem and
Oh, it's a wardrobe malfunction.
And
Why don't
all
you
the
see
other
my tit?
teeny boppers that have been involved. The Prince one where he looked like he was masturbating with his guitar.
Fucking hate Prince. I really do. I'll say this on the record. I hate Prince. I hate him. I wish he would go away forever. Go back to your little mansion in Minnesota or wherever the hell you go and stay there.
All right, point taken.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done. I want you to take a match. I want you to light that match.
No,
I want you to go down to your vault where you keep
no.
those songs that you save for a rainy day.
Let's not
and I want
go
you to
there.
pitch that match
No.
because I want you to set all that crap on fire because nobody wants to hear it. It sucks.
Okay.
Every single bit of it sucks. You suck. You are terrible.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Let's remember who discovered Prince.
Who cares? That person should be shot.
He's already dead, that person who discovered
Good. Who was it?
It was Rick James.
Good.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
It's a hell of a drug.
All right, so now that your Prince thing's over, there has been a petition, over 40,000 signatures strong,
I need to find this petition to sign it. Personally.
to the NFL, demanding, not just asking, demanding that Weird Al Yankovic do the halftime show.
I love this idea. It is brilliant. The
Now-
man has he's been around forever.
True.
I mean, he's been around since 1984 or something like that.
Probably, yeah, something like that.
So it's been 30 years. 30 years.
And he has the number one album on the Billboard
number one
charts.
album on the Billboard charts. Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
If anyone deserves to not only do the halftime show, but do the halftime show and just lambaste every popular artist in the entire world.
I don't know if you've heard his new album. I actually bought it. It's awesome. And he has a song called Sports, where it's a march. And basically, it's a football march. And he's talking about your sports team is really terrible. And ours is really great. And, we're going to kick your collective posterior. It's really brilliant. And there's a section where it's just him going back and forth where he's saying, we're great and you suck. We're great and you suck. We're great and you suck. Now, full disclosure, we're not that great, but you still really suck. I mean, it's brilliant. It's really good, and the music's fantastic. He's right on as usual. I think this would be a brilliant choice. Brilliant. Because who knows what the hell he'd come up with, and it would be family-friendly regardless of what he came up with.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been a family-friendly guy. That's what the NFL wants, because they don't want, boob. Again, they don't want that. So, that's why Paul McCartney was the halftime show the year after that incident, because he's family-friendly, and he's, basically a skeleton with hair.
He didn't sound so good.
No, they never sound good. They never, ever sound good.
And I think this would be the capping achievement for Weird Al.
Oh, God, yeah.
Him and Bermuda
Where's this
Shorts,
petition? I want to sign this right now.
It's on change.org. You can find it there. And it is,
fucking awesome.
like I said, when I last checked, it was 40,000 plus.
40,000 plus. NFL, if you're listening, which I know you're not.
You never know. They got. I mean,
No, they're not. They're
right.
not. They're not. But if you're listening, you get that man Weird Al Yankovic to play the halftime show. If you don't, well, we'll still watch because it's the Super Bowl. But please, get in the
unless Ben Roethlisberger's there, then I turn it off. I'm done.
no.
Because
If
that guy shouldn't be anywhere near a
if
field.
the-
He should be in jail.
If the Steelers are in the Super Bowl and Ben Rapisberger is playing quarterback, I will not be watching.
Yeah, it's just he should be in jail. He should not be playing football. But then again, we've also saw what you did when Ray Rice punched his fiancée in the face and knocked her out, and that was only worth 2 games. I don't know what Ben didn't get any games.
Dude, we're in the entertainment part right now.
Oh.
We're not in sports right now. We already did sports.
All right, well, Weird Al Yankovic, halftime show,
Sign them.
gotta happen.
Absolutely.
And that concludes this week's Empty Room podcast. I want to thank Eric. I want to say,
You know what? You're welcome. You're welcome.
I want to say that it's been a pleasure. I can't wait to see you next week. Empty room, baby, empty room. Empty Room Podcast. Copyright 2014. Check us out on YouTube where you can find our podcasts. Also, we're on Facebook, Twitter. Just search for the Empty Room Podcast. Music by High Congress.